It's John with another video, and in this video we're going to cover who cold emailing is actually for and what kind of ROI you can expect based on an ROI sheet that I built. And in this video I have a couple notes. I want to go over who cold emailing is for, because there are some certain types of businesses that I wouldn't recommend cold emailing for at all. Then we're going to cover what kind of ROI you can expect from cold emailing. We're going to go through an ROI calculator that we use internally to onboard new clients. I'm going to also share that with you. It's the second thing in the description. You can download that. Try out a couple of things. And then I'm going to present to you something that's going to make it extremely hard for you to say no to. Yes. That's the video. Let's get straight into this. So who is this for? Gonna be straight up. I'm going to keep it very low bullshit. This is a low bullshit video, because I want to onboard more clients, because I've been spending all of that time between the last video and today's video. I've spent that optimizing the fulfillment process, and we can handle a fuck ton of more clients. So if you are in this specific ICP that I'm going to read out in a second, you should go into the first link in the description, book a call right now, because the offer is a fucking no-brainer, right? So let's get straight into it. So who is this for? Cold email notoriously works extremely well if your LTV per client is at least $5,000, preferably at least 10K, right? If it's beyond 5K, consider it. If it's beyond 10K, definitely consider it. 10K meaning LTV, meaning lifetime value. The value of a client that you get over their lifetime. So if a client on average stays with you for 20 months and they pay you 1K a month, right? That means you can make an LTV from that client of 20K. That's good. In that case, keep watching. So number one, LTV must be high. Second thing is your ICP, your ideal client profile, your ideal customer profile, your ideal client. Right? Let's keep it very simple. Low bullshit video. Your ideal client is specific. So you have a very specific group of people that you're targeting. And that may be a persona. That could be that you're targeting the head of HR at B2B SaaS businesses. We can find them because they're very specific. If that's also true, right? If it's that level of specific, keep watching. Because cold email is specifically for you. Why? It's never been easier to find the contact details of those head of HRs that I've just listed, right? It's never been easier to find their contact details. And it's also never been easier to reach out to them specifically with a very specific offer that is cold traffic adjusted, meaning that your offer that you usually sell to your current client base, so to say, right? That's adjusted for strangers to see, so that strangers would also be interested in that offer. It's never been easier to do that. We can get the email addresses from the people that you want to reach out to. Then we need to solve the technical problem of not landing in spam, and then we can send out the perfect email script to these people. How can we send out the perfect email scripts? We have a bunch of clients. We've sent over 10 million cold emails. We have a bunch of winning scripts that we have analyzed for frameworks, and we have an AI that comes up with new scripts every single day for all of our clients, and it works extremely well. It works so well. It is so nice. I want to give this to more people. So this is a very important video. I do want you to book a call if you are that person, if you have a high LTV per client, if you have a very specific ideal customer profile. Definitely go into the first link in the description, book a call, 100%. Because the ROI that you can expect if both of these things are true is completely mad. And this is where we are going to switch to my screen share. In here, you see the exact cold email ROI calculation sheet that we use when we are about to onboard a new client. This is what we show them, right? This is exactly what we go through on the call that you're going to book. We're going to go through this. And we're going to ask you, well, where would you like to start to figure out if this actually works extremely well for your business, right? You tell us that number, we go with that. Usually we start around with either $500 in monthly tech fees, $1,000 or $1,500. Now, what is this, right? What is this monthly tech fee? Reaching out to people is not free. We need email addresses, we need domains, we need prospect data, we need all of these different things. And we need a sequencing tool to actually send out these emails, etc., right? You will be able to just immediately use our infrastructure, which is a private infrastructure with excellent deliverability. It's excellent. Just some numbers for AirPay Dental. They are a SaaS, a B2B SaaS. They sell to dental practices. They started off with, I believe I don't even remember which software that was. It was like we started working together over 22 months ago. Yes. So we've been running this for almost 2 years now. They had a response rate of, I believe, 0.02%. We had switched over to Smartlead, which improved it to 1%. But then recently we switched away from Smartlead to Email Bison, which is a private infrastructure. Now they get almost 3%. 3% response rate. Deliverability is excellent. But you get access to all of that just by buying yourself in with the tech fees. Now, these tech fees are very transparent. These are not assumptions. These are actual, these are costs. This sheet is pretty new, so I was just experimenting around. So the cost pretty much was like 1.6 cents, and the cost per contact reached out 2.5 cents. So $500 will get you 6,500 leads a month. That's almost 13,000 emails per month if we send each person 2 emails, right? That's 540 emails a day. That would get us with a 1.3% response rate, 84 responses, 10% of that, 8.4 positive responses. And if we book 40% of them, which is like our current booking rate's 38%, I believe, there would be 3 meetings booked just for $500 a month in tech fees, which is what you would have to spend for all the tools anyway. You will have to get inboxes, you will have to get domains, you'll have to get data, you'll have to get access to a sequencer. All of that cost is encapsulated in here. But on top of that, you get access to actual enterprise grade infrastructure. You get access to our infrastructure. And on top of that, this is basically everything you have to cover. Because we only get paid per showed call. So an actual call that shows up, right? No no-shows. You don't pay for no-shows. You only pay for calls that actually show up. And right now our going price, I believe, something like $200. That's for that $200, right? $200 a call. That means you pay $600 for the calls, $500 for the tech fees. You pay 1.1K over that first month, right? And you'll get 3 meetings booked. If your LTV is high enough, let's say it's over 10K, right? That will mean you spend 1.1K. Average cost per call for you is going to be $367, which is nothing if your LTV is that high. If you have any reasonable close rate of, say, 25%, you will close 0.8 a month. Meaning, second month, you will sign someone with an LTV of 10K, and your cost to acquire a customer is going to be a cumulative 1.5K almost. Meaning you almost get a 7-to-1 ratio on the money you've invested with us. And the coolest thing about all of that is, you don't even have to take my word for it. You can just test it out for $500. Worst case, you spend $500, we don't book you any meetings, and you figured out, and we've also figured out, that this didn't work out for you. How can you make it more likely that this will work out for you, right? By the way, you can still download this ROI sheet in the second link in the description. How can we make sure that this actually works out for you? So there are a couple of things. Number one, indicator that this will work out well for you. I'm going to write as well, because this is important. You have a bunch of sales assets, such as testimonials, reviews, case studies, very specific ICP documentation, very specific presentations of how your service or product works. You have, that's for the sales assets, right? You have sales call transcripts that we can use in our emails, right? The more intelligence you can give us, the better the first cold emails are going to be. So that's for the sales assets. You have dedicated salespeople. So I'm going to just SDRs/AE, account executives. You have dedicated people that can handle new calls booked on their calendar. Sometimes we make an exception where it's like founder-led sales, right? You're a founder, you want to do the sales calls yourself. We can get that arranged. But usually if you have a sales team already, or you're a head of sales and you have a couple AEs, SDRs underneath you, working with you, right? That's usually also a very good sign because you already have some sort of sales motion established. And that leads me to the third point, which is you already have established a sales motion for cold traffic. Meaning you are running ads right now. You maybe do some cold calls. You maybe have a LinkedIn DM strategy that is working extremely well. If you have any of these, I can 100% guarantee you, we will absolutely not only get these, but we will probably be reaching these kind of numbers. And all of a sudden you book 20 meetings. I've seen it multiple times. This is what we're pulling for ourselves right now. I'm just giving you the worst case, right? But if you have that as well, you have a sales motion for cold traffic, man, it's going to work out. I get goosebumps off of that. It's going to be nice because I see how much more in how much more in fees we can make. If that's you, please, for the love of God, first link in the description, book a call. Let's have a quick chat. You'll get the joke after 10, 12 minutes, right? We'll send you the proposal, like the LOA. We have an LOA. You just sign that, pay the tech fees. You immediately get the onboarding email, right? And on the onboarding email, we literally tell you, well, this is your sales assets folder. Upload all of your sales assets. And then after you're done with the sales assets, you book an onboarding call. And the time between your sales assets being uploaded and the onboarding call, we will go ahead, draft up the full campaign. We'll meet up on the onboarding call. We'll go through it, half an hour. We just review the scripts between the two of us, literally me and you. We're going to review the scripts. You're going to tell me, well, this is inaccurate. Well, this has been a misunderstanding, or this should be phrased differently because we actually do it this way. Just checking accuracy. And then we start sending, and then we have an internal machine learning process. It's like an algorithm, right? We start sending a bunch of emails with different variants. So we have similar looking emails, but they are different. We send them to everyone, one at a time for now. We just reach out with the first email, one per prospect. We're not spamming people. Don't think we're spamming people. This is also legal, by the way. This is legal. You can do this. This is absolutely allowed, right? They let you do this. So we send out the first couple emails, first couple thousand to your target market. Then we get feedback. And the coolest thing about machine learning is the machine gets feedback. So the machine will get the feedback and then see, well, this kind of email performs better than this kind of email. Let me just deactivate all the losers. Let me take the winning ones. Let me spin up new ones based on this framework and then send more. And we do this for a couple of iterations. After 3 iterations, we have a decent, really, really, really decent email. Then at that point, we'll have booked a couple meetings already. Then I'll go to you, like I'll text you on Slack or email. And I'll tell you, hey, John, right? John or Maria, we need to scale this. Are you down to spending like 10 times more? And you'll say yes, because our stats will look incredibly nice. Let's be conservative still, right? I messed up. Let's do more. And then we will do more. Because cold email, this is the coolest part about it. It scales linearly. It's not like paid ads where it's like at some point it's like there's like a saturation. It scales linearly. And then we will scale up until the point, because at some point it doesn't make any sense, because it becomes like, it gets too spammy. We will scale up to the point where we're reaching out to every single person in your entire total addressable market once every 30 days to 60 days, something like that, depending on how aggressive you want to be, right? Either once a month or once every 2 months. That's the plan. And if that makes sense to you, I would highly recommend, first link in the description, watch the VSL again, if you want to. Leon, my co-founder, has made a banger video sales letter. He explains it extremely well. Go through that, book a call. Leon, or maybe even I, will be happy to walk you through this on a quick call, how we can set all of this up for you, right? And then we will get started. And that's pretty cool. If you in general are not sure like how this entire cold email stuff works, or you're running cold emails for yourself right now and you want to like have more tips, or you hoped this video to be something like a how-to video or whatever. If that's the case, no worries. I have a bunch of videos. You can watch either this video or this video. They will explain to you exactly how I am running cold emails for all of my clients. Yes, with that said, see you there. Bye-bye.